But I do think it is a very good TB game, potentially. I think that's why Sumail probably asked for it. He's trying to dodge the Timbersaw right now. Let me say, LD, you do not want to play against Timbersaw in lane. You can't kill him.
Later on, though?
Later
Can be
on,
fine once you get some items?
Yeah. Later on, it'll be okay. Although they're putting Seb at top. Like, I don't think Seb wants to be against the Timber either. Like,
who would you rather
no
sack, though, right? Because, like, someone's going to have a bad lane versus him.
I think they actually anticipated this being a mid-Timber, judging by how things
I guess
look.
that Phoenix does pretty well.
Yeah, I think they thought it might be a little bit different, but Viking has...
They did try to
fooled
scout the lanes. I think all they saw was the Monkey King down towards bottom. Don't believe they got any intel top. So we'll see if OG look for a lane swap once they see how the lanes are matching up. So Lycan mid versus a Phoenix. How's this one go? How many times have you seen this in your pubs?
How many times have I played this? I would say a grand total of 0. I would imagine that Lycan is okay because he has a ton of base regen. Like, look at it, 4.6 with the Wolves. He hasn't even leveled his other ability, his impulse or anything like that, and just the headdress. So when it comes to that, I would imagine that Shad is okay. And this is like their hero LD. Viking GG is really good at this hero.
Man, try V, try bot, and very aggressive play here from Notal. Let's see the Boundless Strike skilled up level 1 for Boom. Does not feel like there's going to be a lot of easy hitting going on.
Yeah, and it's the range creep secure, which they
very
also
important
have
in the tri lane.
Mm-hmm. If you don't get the range creep in the tri lane, you are so far behind, let me say. Can't stress that enough.
It does leave Toby with a juicy matchup here versus the Tidehunter.
Yeah.
Taking full advantage early on.
I really don't know how Seb is going to do this one. Like, he's missed 2 CS on the side of Toby, no problem, because I think he just snowballs in this matchup. You can even go for like a 2-0-2 build if you'd like, because it's so beneficial.
Blows being exchanged here in the bottom lane. The power of the Fade Bolt to mitigate physical harass, but up against the Wave of Terror to amplify it. So both teams definitely feels like have some kill potential.
All right, I'll say this: if he doesn't get Ravage stolen and they get Egg off, they can win.
Okay.
Like, despite this weird laning phase, I think they can still win. But the Egg is huge for them.
Ravage not really the easiest steal for a tri-lane support Rubik. Like, you're unlikely to have items at this rate. We'll see.
You know, there was a time period where Envy was trying to learn how to play Rubik versus Tide, and he would listen for the noise so that he could steal it on, like, reflex.
Would he, like, close his eyes like Luke Skywalker Star Wars style and just, like, feel
just feel the moment.
How did it work?
I think he got pretty good at it near the end.
Okay.
To be fair to him. Because this was back when Envy was playing mid. People might not know that, but Envy used to be a mid player.
They get the stun off here on Boom, force him back. So far, TB 11-5. Monkey King only 6-4. Lane is pushing in a bit. Feels like at least a slight edge to OG early on in the tri lane. The mid lane seems pretty even. 33 getting slightly more denies, though. So Shad struggling a little bit. And the top lane, actually Seb doing quite well. 15-2, but is quite low on regen. Whereas Toby is just trading freely.
If Toby gets the Soul Ring, it's really hard for Seb to win this. And he did indeed go 2-0-2. Oftentimes you just get that one level of your buzz. Bzz.
Pretty slow start, all things considered. When do you expect them to heat up? Like, what are we waiting on for these teams?
I think for OG, you actually want a pretty static laning phase. Like, if the game continues to go at this pace, I think this would be perfect for you. Like, no ganks or anything like that. If anything, I'd like to see Aramis go top and kill this Tidehunter, who actually went all the way back, and they might get first blood here.
They're diving on Celery. He is going to go down. Meanwhile, Boom trying to man up against Sumail, but that is a dangerous proposition when he's in Metamorphosis. He'll have to back off, and instead they turn back on Aramis with the bug. And the minus armor, he's down to 0. He's got a TP back to the tower, so Viking struggling here early on. Timber is starting to pull ahead a little bit, so a lot of potential for Toby to come and disrupt this tri lane if OG overextend once he hits 6. But for now, just going to stay top and try to slow down Seb.
All cores doing pretty well, though, in this game. In fact, the person who's doing the worst is actually this Monkey King. I don't actually think Monkey King wants to play this tri-lane on tri-lane.
Notel's moving on mid. He wants to go on Shad. It's a big dive, but 33, he's got the Sunray. And he's going to bring him low. And will he tick down? Probably not. He'll be fine.
Look
but
at it, 10 HP regen a second.
Frees up the lane, at least forces Shad to the jungle.
Yeah, they had a regen rune on Notel. Waiting, and look at this. Seb already has to go back. Like, this is so miserable for him. I think he might actually just die here. He gets hit by one more. Oh. Did he miss?
I guess so.
Because I didn't see any HP go away.
I was watching bottom.
I see.
But, I mean, Seb's doing, honestly, very well. I guess he's had to ferry more regen. No, in terms of net worth, he's pretty even. So
okay.
It seems like this Morbid Mask is enough to just handle the matchup. I guess Timber doesn't win the lane.
Seb's just a beast. I guess that's my takeaway from this.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Okay. I mean, this guy's had, like, the funniest career arc. You know, he went from, like, everyone, like, calling him garbage to just being, like, one of the most respected
Well, he used to be
Dota.
on a team with Cinder in at one point.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Oh, what kind of... I will not tolerate this Sin Flame. But he's had... I think TrueSight has probably benefited his career and his public perception more than any other player.
Soxa going for the courier snipe here, bottom. Looks like he is going to claim it in a moment. Oh, maybe not. Just going to get the ward down. I mean, don't you think winning TI is what
no, but like
resurrected his career?
Normally, without TrueSight, it'd be like, okay, who's the real architect of all this? And they feature him so heavily in, like, his words and everything he, like,
it
says
took it,
and
like,
does.
to another level.
Yeah.
But his play really did speak for itself in that TI Grand Finals.
Oh, 100%. I just think that, like, it has upped his public perception, which probably doesn't matter to him too much. Considering he's willing to drop some words, you know, he doesn't care.
Doesn't mince.
Yeah. And they're gonna go for the dive here. They do
Celery
cookie.
getting swooped on bottom.
Oh, he's gonna use it aggressively.
Hop his way back in. He was done for anyway, so tries to do what he can. And they will get the Soxa trade, so 1 for 1 there. But the tower took some damage. They'll TP back 33.
My favorite mechanic in the game, the run over the ridge. No one can stop you from sunraying off the map.
The next level play. So now they're just sending TP to the jungle.
Yeah, apparently this matchup's... I did not think it was okay for Tidehunter. I will be 100% honest. But Seb is making it work.
They're trying to set up on Seb here, though. He's not skilled as Ravage yet. Just expects to sit in this 1v1. Can they punish that? Chakram is there. I mean, he's real tanky with all that lifesteal from the Anchor Smash. This is a big commitment. At some point, somebody could TP in. They just can't kill him. They're going to try it. Maybe they can. Maybe I've spoken too soon.
No, he's dead.
He's dead. I thought he'd get a TP, but
the amount of stat steal is insane.
Yeah. But that was a big commitment. All the while, you know, Soxa can go mid and get some levels. TB can farm the jungle. I think fair to say a little bit of space created.
Yeah, TB still has pretty much absolute free farm. They did such a good job of slowing down this Monkey King. They really wanted the Monkey versus the Tidehunter matchup, and they didn't really get that. And apparently, Tidehunter's fine against Timbersaw, and so all things went OG's way. I almost said Alliance because of 33's tag, but of course they're not playing in this match right now.
Well, they're going on Seb again. They brought him down to about half, but every Anchor Smash is like a full HP heal. And he's got plenty of mana to work with. He has Ravage now that already just they've given up on the second attempt.
He's tipping him. He's like, I don't care about this. You're just giving me stick charges.
Time to cut the wave instead. And now Seb actually out-leveling Toby as a result of that commitment. Meanwhile, bottom lane, though, Aramis getting dove. And nice rotation by Shad. He gets the stop. He gets the kill. 33 has the egg, but he doesn't want to use it. He's going to go down. Boom was ready to assist. So they lose 2, punishing that OG aggression. Meanwhile, Seb's stack getting stolen top. But he's got the Anchor Smash. The stun comes in from Celery just in time, secures most of the neutrals. Well played there with the cookie. Pretty even game. But TB free farming, a lot of attempts to pressure the Tide, relatively unsuccessful overall.
I think this is a really good TB game still. Like, he will go pretty much unchallenged. Like, what TB really likes, LD, is no instant burst damage. And for him to always be able to get the Sunder off, and I think both those things are true. Timbersaw is a little bit annoying, but you can play around his damage.
They took the outpost. Does OG take a fight? They bring in the Weaver for now. He's going to grab it back, and if they get this and Viking commit, can he cookie in time before he snags it? Oh, he just barely does. Otherwise, you know they're TPing in. He'll pay, but they secure the XP. Bottom also the Radiance.
So they got both. So less XP for No-Tail, who desperately needed that. Especially the Weaver needed it.
Soxa, though, is going to snag some bounties here.
Well done by Soxa.
So they get a total of 3, it looks like, once they go back and collect the last one.
Yeah, but this is still a level 4 Weaver. You love to see it if you're a fan of Viking GG, but Sumel's going to pop his meta, take this tower. This is the correct move. I love to see carries use their meta aggressively for towers. I think a lot of people just use it for farm or like hypothetical team fights that never really happen. Long cooldown abilities like this are best utilized as much as you can early.
Here comes Big Bad Watermelon. Seb out in front and the push underway. This tower is in deny range now, but Seb stands strong and it will be denied.
Toby's just in the middle of everything until they get more items.
Just got these like immovable objects that basically don't die.
You have Viking that don't want to go on this Tidehunter, and you've got OG that just kind of want to ignore this Timbersaw, and somehow they just match up against each other. But net worth lead is slightly in favor for OG, and during this time, bottom tower was taken 2.
So that is 2 towers down to 0, and you're running the Lycan draft on the Viking side. Not ideal. Maybe Shad can change that. Already, look at Seb. He's just immediately marched over to top. He did have the Observer Ward, so he's seen some of this movement, but they're going to commit heavily for him, laying into him with the Mortimer's Kisses and plenty of damage courtesy of the Lycan. They get the kill.
That's one way to kill him.
I mean, that is definitely worth, because otherwise they are going to TP and defend that tower.
And they have Necrobook plus...
Oh, Toby lost his courier, tried to drive it by Soxa sitting in mid, gets punished for it. So, 2-1 in towers. And they're going to rotate into the Dire jungle. But Sumail is free farming. You said it's a good game for TB. Dragonlance complete, leader in net worth.
He needs more time than this, though. His team's doing a very good job of...
When's his critical mass, would you say?
Butterfly Satanic Daedalus.
Okay. Well, then they got some time.
Just give him a little bit. He'd probably get a Scotty here, too.
Boom. He's thinking about it with the Wukons, and he's going to let it go, but a quick jump away by 33. The egg dropped in a great position to the north, but perhaps a little too far away to chase. OG do secure their retreat. No-Tail almost dying in that. So, egg down. Team successfully backing off. If they just get out now, they'll be happy.
Wasn't able to get the big creep. It was pretty low, too.
Still waiting for the opportunity to use this Ravage. And Seb is going to go for bots. So definitely kind of tips you off as to how OG wants to play this game. Like, they're not really interested in just trying to force team fights. They want to split push. They want to farm. They want to be all over the map. Getting close to those. Sumail working towards the B-Fly, and Boom's Courier is going to die. Pretty under-farmed Monkey King. Only 4,600 net worth.
Yeah, he's trying to fight with his team right now. I think they should try to take mid tower and connect the Lycan here, or maybe even the Monkey. But Seb's being really annoying, and I think as long as Vengeful Spirit is behind Seb, or nearby, I don't think he can die. No-Tail is bottom, protecting his Terra Blade, but... I think he should eventually head towards mid, and Seb just sits there. Because they really want to save this mid tower so this TV doesn't lose control of his jungle really quickly.
Toby is trying to change that, but with both heroes cutting waves, there's not much to actually hit the tower. And for the moment, Shad is not joining them. He's farming bottom, getting close to the Necro 3. Lotus Orb now up on Toby.
This is going to be a really
and
nice
the dive happens on Boom. A very underfarmed Monkey King now being hounded. Swap back in as he tries to get off the Boundless Strike. He is done for. And the kill going the way of 33. Already has the Spirit Vessel complete. Great item this game. Against the Monkey King, against the Timber Saw.
And I like this move by Toby. He's putting pressure on the tower, just hitting it. He's got full armor stacks. He really wants to take this tower if possibility.
Sumail is pulling ahead. He's out. Was just even with the Lycan, now about 1,200 gold up.
That is one of the fastest Lotus Orbs I've ever seen, by the way. Most people go for like Pipe or something here. But he's just straight up going to go for it. And the egg's been dropped.
This is not where Toby wants to be. He chains away to the left, but can't quite get over the cliff. Think he might have died anyway with the soul release on him. An instant smoke. OG, they're hot for blood. They want Aramis. Can they find him? Nice Sakuchi steal. That should allow him to retreat. But Celery not so lucky. Trapped on the cliff between fire and auto attacks. Down he goes. OG still have Ravage.
Yeah, I don't think Seb has used it once this game.
Maybe he could have used on Aramis, but the team's not there. Instead, it's Shad. This is a much bigger kill. If they can find it, he's going to shapeshift. No Tail not in range. Didn't have a stun ready either. In fact, Shad's going in. He's just going to eat up No Tail, and now he's looking for more. Saksa time-lapsing back. Shad decides, thinks better of it. I'd better get the hell out of here. The chase is on. He'll make it back to safety. OG just non-stop aggression as we pretty much always expect from them.
They want to utilize ultis right now. They were able to use the egg earlier, but Viking is actually doing a really good job of staying away from the Ravage. But I'm not really sure for what. Considering Boom isn't getting a ton of farm or anything like that, and I don't know how much I love this Lotus Orb first Timber Saw. I think something like a Pipe or Greaves would have been better served for him. He needs something along those lines.
This is a bold move. Into the pit with the Tidehunter ult still up.
Yeah, they don't have...
and they're not a quick Roche until the Lycan gets there. He is there, and he's got a DD, so...
Yeah, but he doesn't have his ulti. It looks as though this is going to go completely uncontested, though. I don't think OG knows.
Nice call by Viking.
Wow, this is a really nice aggressive move by them. They're taking advantage of the fact that they know there's no vision, and they have pretty deep vision themselves. And that's going to go to Boom, who probably isn't the best target to give it to, but...
Drops the Wukongs. They're going to initiate on Seb of all heroes. He gets up for Ravage on 3. It was stolen. Big play by Aramis. They got to dive him and kill him off or get the hell out. They can't hesitate. They go on Toby with the stun. Seb now sitting back. Walking in, wants to deal with these Lycan creeps. Viking are hanging about. Seb's diving in. He wants to walk into this. I don't know. This is a little dicey. They're trying to bait out the Ravage. It feels like No Tail just keeps on dancing in and out. Lotus Orb is there, and Seb, perhaps in too far. The Boundless Strike just barely missing him. That might be enough to save his life. Mortimer's Kiss is committed. He gets swapped out. He's still alive. The Ravage comes through, connects on the two backliners, Saksa and No Tail. It's a huge opening for Viking. They do lose their Aegis. There's the stun on the Weaver. Can they burst him down? You betcha. Viking, big plays. They did have to commit the Aegis for that. Egg on the back line as Shad charges in and quickly eats the stun. Seb now rejoining the fight, wants to come back in for round 2, but Toby missing on the chain. Should be okay for the moment. Sumail is now ready to fight, has the butterfly completed. Closing on a BKB, but with no egg, no Ravage, it's tricky to get in there. They'll end up backing off.
There is a decent timing, by the way, for you to always steal the Ravage. If you're outside the range and you don't get stunned by it, it's actually not as hard as you think. Because there's the half animation where he starts to swing afterwards. So you have like a full half second, which doesn't sound like a lot, but for professional players that are good, no problem.
It's harder when they're able to get on the back line.
Yes.
But this Weaver is not really finding openings, and it's kind of risky to charge in, and the Venge still only a level 1 swap here, so not the best range.
Yeah, plus Phoenix, he doesn't want to dive that close to the Rubik. He would just die. Like, your positioning of Egg is going to matter so much, so they don't actually have a lot of heroes that get to that backline. So Aramis is just going to be able to sit there, steal whatever spells he wants, which is
engaging. They're charging in. Saksa looking for Celery. Caught out of position. Tries to hop over with the cookie. Not going to make it. Saksa finds the kill. Toby on the run as well. 33 was threatening. And they're just split pushing. They're sending Boom up top. Works on the tower. Shad in the jungle. On his way to an AC. And the chase comes to mid. Toby is going to commit that Essence Rain. Still has the Lotus Orb. generally a difficult target to go on. Gets off the Lotus, well timed. Gonna stun No Tail in turn, but he is out of mana.
You love those projectile-based stuns that come at you, the single target ones, especially if you have Lotus Orb. Still think he needs a little bit more to get tanky enough to fight.
Well, they found Shad. Seb wants to go on him. Shapeshift forced out immediately. Has the Ravage available.
Doesn't quite have mana for it, though.
He's running around near 4 heroes. Has to be careful, but...
They still have Aegis, right?
No, they popped in the last fight.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I think you still would want to fight. I think as the game goes on, you're going to have really big TB problems.
And he wasn't even really in that fight. Sumail was just farming away.
He's almost got BKB now,
BKB and Butterfly, like, they don't have a solution for that.
No, I don't think so.
Shad, though, they've chased him all the way down. He doesn't have the shapeshift anymore. Backup is coming in the form of Toby, but the minus armor is stacking up. They've got to get rid of this bug, or at least get him back to safety, and they will manage to do so. Aramis was holding onto that stolen Ravage, but didn't find opportunity to use it. It is now expired. Seb has his up. Could be a go opportunity for OG. Dancing around, trying to take over the Radiant Triangle. All the while, Sumail farming and shoving in the mid-wave. Where's that opening for a fight? Saksa gets caught out. There's the cookie. Can they get the lift off in time? They can. They blast him and kill him off. However, now they've got to run. Phoenix Sunray bringing Toby low. We still haven't really seen Sumail hitting heroes in team fights, and yet it feels like even, which has got to be concerning if you're Viking.
100%. We also haven't seen like a Ravage Egg combo. They've independently used those abilities, but not really in line with each other. So we haven't really seen what a full 5-on-5 team fight looks like, where OG gets off all their spells. And at some point, this Weaver's going to get Aghanim Scepter. And I don't really know. We talked about the difficulty of taking down this TB once because he doesn't really have anything that can stop him from getting Sunder off unless they line up their spells perfectly, especially when he gets BKB. So you're essentially going to give him 2 lives. And Weaver Ags is so much better than Aegis because transformation-based ultis obviously don't love Aegis, which is why Lycan didn't pick it up earlier. And that's why Boom got it, even though he's really underfarmed.
But he's so poor that even though he benefits more from it, it's probably not enough.
Yeah.
Not a great situation. Rock in a hard place. Seb, well, he's the big green bastion, and he's going to force them back. Toby getting caught out up on a cliff. It looks like they maybe want to deward. The Mortimer's Kisses come in. They do get the trade here, but it's a core for support. Not ideal. Sumail holding onto his BKB. He's got the Sunder. The Ravage comes through. Boom standing in the midst of it. Now commits the BKB. He's just going to start smacking away. They lose the egg. It's a 2 for 2. Better than I thought it was going to go for Viking with how that began. Shad still yet to really get the hero involved, but the creeps doing okay work. So in the end, the teams will back off, and end of the day, Ravage and Egg committed in a 2 for 2, but it is 2 cores for a support and a core.
That was also the BKG charge. I think that was Sumail's first usage of it too.
Yes.
They're really waiting for the next Aegis themselves. You could see him walk forward after the Ravage, trying to get some sort of Sunder target off. But with the Vlad's heal, heal up just fine. He's pinging. He's saying, they're all mine. Be a good teammate.
That was very intimidating, William.
Or was it? I'm not an intimidating guy, man. I'm like 5 for 3.
You have inner intimidation.
Thank you.
You just don't choose to flex it on the world too much, you know?
Oh. Is this a dead Seb? He's getting kind of low.
He's got a Yules. He can bait this one a little bit.
I mean, No Tail's been stunned for like the 100th time.
Oh, this Lotus Orb is just ruining his game. But Toby, in deep, trying to walk up onto Sumail, who's going to have the Metamorphosis in about 10 seconds. They'd better win this fight quick or back away, because he's going to turn it otherwise. Egg still cooling down for 30.
No
Seb,
Ravage. This could be okay. They want to fight without Ravage.
Big chains forward, committing on to Saksa, and now the transformation coming. Can they find the fight? The Wukong's command is going to slow Seb down. Actually just covering the Viking retreat. Toby, it's almost going down here to the Swarm. He's got to back out too. The BKB and the Metamorphosis committed for that. They did lose their Rubik, but a lot of big ults on cooldown. Can they chase? Seb wants to go for more. He's got the Yules. Can he get the initiation? It should be in range here of Celery. Nope, good stun. The Boundless Strike gets them back. Keeps on hoofing it forward, just marching at them fearlessly, and they will fully retreat. I thought that was going to be a better fight for Viking.
It's really rare for you to see Monkey Kings run away from their ulti because of the amount of armor that you get, and that's the ideal fight circumstance. But he's so under-farmed that he actually has to. He would have died if he stayed there any longer.
He's half the net worth of Sumail.
Yeah, that's so scary. I think that's one of the few times that I can remember a Monkey King not even getting bursted by magic damage, just getting right-clicked out of his ultimate. Because it gives him a pretty hefty amount of armor.
And all their big ults were on cooldown, so like...
Yeah, that was like 18
you'd think
armor
he'd be able to man up, but he couldn't. Like, he would have died if he had stayed there.
Oh, 100%.
Toby gets the Lotus Orb off, but I don't think this time it's going to matter. Chain, oh, nicely done.
The swap into swap.
And now the Cookie gets him back to safety. Egg,
that is a...
committed, a bit ambitious.
That's a good way to put it.
But they have Ravage, so...
33's eggs have just been ambitious, let's say. It's the best way to put it.
They're not super reliant on it to win fights, you know. I think he can be a little more liberal with his usage.
He's very liberal with his usage of his egg. Like, they are running away from him 100 meters out. Egg.
Egg.
Just not sure what to... Egg.
Lots of protein.
Very true. High in cholesterol,
good for bulking. Toby gets stunned up mid.
That's like the first time he hasn't reflected it. He's done a really good job of reflecting the stun back. And the swap that was stolen, they do have Ravage, but Shad, I hear his ulti popped.
They can just walk away. They still have the tier 1 online. They still have the Ravage. They've got a Metamorphosis in 20, but Shad has found that first kill. Nicely done. Now the Mortimer's Kisses working on Seb. Seb, fine for the moment. The time-lapse keeping him healthy, and Toby in danger. Caught by the Sunray. It's drilling through 2 of them. They are going to end up going down, it looks like, to the Reflection. One last gush. And now the chase on the Celery. TP away. No, the Yules is going to interrupt that. On the south side, Aramis also being pursued. They're trying to find 2 additional kills. Looks like the Snapfire will eventually fall. The Rubik as well. Oh, hops over the cliff. Has the Cookie. But now doesn't have a whole lot of options. And with this death, Roche is online. OG were scouting it earlier with their couriers. Likely going to march into the pit, secure that Aegis. In fact, Sumail, he's already on the case. And by the way, has a Daedalus as well.
Okay, so you asked me when does he hit his timing. I would say this is a pretty good time for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say this is...
Solid 7k gold up on a mid-Lycan.
Yeah, I think this is a pretty good time. They did create so much space for him. Like, he was untouched in the jungle. And in the laning phase, a lot of heroes rotated down to help him out. Viking were so concerned with dealing with this Seb Tidehunter, they forgot the larger objective at hand, which is at some point you have to deal with this TB.
It does remind you a lot of like OG with Ana, where you know there'd be those games where he's just a ticking time bomb, while 4v5 they're somehow keeping it close or even winning.
Yeah, OG can play this 4v5 style where their carry can just chill and have a dream game, and so far this has been the case. They can't really deal with Sumail. They've got the Ags on the Weaver now. The amount of burst damage that they can put out onto him twice, I mean, it's like he has 2 Sunders.
I mean, they're going high ground with no Ravage and no Fear either. Sumail getting chipped a little bit here and there, but
he still has
the Aegis, still has the BKB. They've got the time lapse as well. Celery getting swapped out and quickly deleted.
I think he got like 3 shot there,
and they're just going to throw it. Sumail says, "Let's kill the tier 4s. Let's force this buyback at least." Ravage cooling down in 30. Now hitting buffer building, maybe a little premature. OG are going to think better of it.
Yeah, they're going to calm down. But Viking, they're
Boom's going to heat up. He gets the 2-hero boundless. Follow-up is there. Drops the Wukong. But Sumail just mans up and starts hitting.
What am I watching?
He's in melee form, and he's just forcing the Monkey King away. Who's the big bad boss now? Shad on the chase, going for Socks on the backside. Toby's got to run to the left. Boom as well, scattering back. Their cores just, they can't stand against Sumail. Metamorphosis or no metamorphosis. They run down Aramis. They'll finish him off. And Seb getting some good use out of that chat wheel as they start again to hit on the tier 4s. Like, there is a top lane they could be pushing, but screw that, OG say. Now they do have Ravage. Still no Metamorph for some time. They're going to smoke under cover of enemy buildings.
So they smoked under their base.
Under
all kinds of vision. What they were going for there, LD.
They're going for mental warfare.
Yeah, my professional analysis. They gave the cheese to No Tail too, by the way.
He's going to swap in, you know.
Yeah, he used it in the middle of that fight. I have to imagine it might be better on their Tidehunter, but they gave it to him anyways.
Now this is why you're sitting here casting, Will.
True. I don't understand the strat.
No one understands OG, but they understand exactly what they're doing as the Mortimer's Kisses come out. They're going to lose no tail. No cheese for you this time. Is this the opening? Can Viking turn it back around? Stolen Sakuchi. He's just burning down. It won't matter. He skitters away and slowly roasts in the flames of the Phoenix. Saksa also retreating. Seb is getting out of there. They got another tier 3 tower. It's a headlong chase. Time-lapse goes off in 33, and he'll survive for the moment. Well played by Saksa, but now 33 getting followed up on, ganged up on, and will die. And Sumail, he's just going for tier 4s. They've let them on a merry chase while he tries to throw it. OG are trying to speed run this game, number 1. Sub 30 minutes.
Do they even know this is happening?
There's a lot going on the backside. They've isolated the Tide Hunter. They're going to get the kill on him, and Sumail will be denied. The glyph comes out.
And he popped his meta. This is 1v3
All right, but
he's
he's got BKB. He's got Aegis. Can the king assert his crown here? Let's find out. Walks down mid.
Seb with the buyback. They want to use this meta. They want to use this meta Aegis real bad. Weaver's still here.
You know the other two would be buying back, but they can't.
Okay, so here's
Tier
the
4's
power
down.
move by Look at him just
slowly
run at him.
marching in. Sumail getting to work with the BKB, forcing Boom out of the Wukongs, and now the Ravage. Follow up from Seb. They're farming them in the shadow of their fountain. They're getting the kills as well. The throne's exposed, but they want some more blood first, and they may end up overextending. Sumail, fine for the moment. They still keep on working on him. Toby trying to bring him down. BKB is over. Out of position. He'll go down once. Can they kill him a second time? Now Seb's like, guys, let's hit the throne, but he doesn't have his heavy hitter. Sumail getting chain stunned. Sumail is in too deep. Sumail is probably going to die here. No tail holding onto the swap, though. They get the heal from the Phoenix. Just kidding. It's a trap. He backs away to safety. The egg gets dropped. Right
need
as
all
Toby
in the
goes in. Now the Mortimer's Kisses. Oh, sorry, rather. The little Shredder does finish off the egg. Toby chaining away to the south side. Sumail is being saved for the moment while Shad chases down the back lines. Exposed throne, but hanging on. Viking with the hell of a fight to keep them in this one. Now the Mortimer's Kiss is coming out, and Seb's going to go down. Sumail's still running backwards. He's got the Satanic cooling down, the BKB cooling down. Hell, by the time they finish chasing him, he might just have a Metamorphosis online. Does manage to get the Sunder off on Toby. Toby standing his ground, they get the stun, he gets the BKB. Sumail's able to fight through this one. He gets the kill. Unfortunately, though, he is a melee hero, but gets another. He's just walking at them. Oh, the big bad wolf ain't so scary anymore. The party horns are being sounded.
Slow him, Wolf.
Seb continues to chat wheel away. Just death marching down mid. The slow again from the reflection. The death. It's a triple for Sumail. OG are relentless. And does he just go down mid? Does he just thrown it? The ultra kill for
the illusion.
Getting kills with the illusions. Now onto the throne. Boom trying to slow him down. He's got another Wukongs. This fight just has lasted so damn long. He's walking towards the fountain. He's going into the fountain. He
wants
the
Satanic.
He wants it. He wants it bad. Is he going to get it in fights for all he's worth? Sumail, can he get Boom in time? Does get it. Doesn't. He lives. Sumail has to back away. Now he's still alive through it all. Getting slowly worked down. Now more quickly with up with the fountain. Still fighting. Shad's gonna drop. Finally, no buyback on the Lycan, and the death of Big Bad Sumail. Holy crap. 90 seconds on the deathbed. Still the throne standing. Barely even tickled during all of that. OG, the circus is in town. And Viking are going to find another kill. It's a team wipe for the Vikings.
And a lot of the most ambitious eggs that I think I've ever seen. Sumail just Terminator style running into the fountain.
Look at the scoreboard.
It's so funny watching him walk into the Monkey King ult. I'm so unused to that. Normally that's the best disengage tool in the game. No carry, no heroes really want to fight you while you're under it. But he's melee form just running at this Monkey King, and Boom has to backpedal.
Just inching his way in.
He's getting slowed
Look at the
all
net
around.
worth chart. He's doubling every hero in the game.
Oh, real casual Terrorblade game.
So he fed 1,200 gold to Boom, by the way.
And that is the best hero that could have gotten it on the side of
And
Viking.
this is probably the best item for Monkey King at this stage.
Destruction, yes. He's got Deso, BKB. My concern for him is he
Sumail
can't
is
fight
39
still.
armor with evasion, so I don't think he cares too much.
It does begin to make sense why he doesn't care about walking under. And he has Paladin Sword, which is an unbelievable item when you already have Satanic.
Oh, they're going to find No Tail, though. Quick kill, Viking. Only down one lane of racks and a tier 3. Like, yeah, it's an exposed throne, but it still feels like it could be a throwable game, William. Tough to throw.
It would be really difficult to throw this game. Like, that was OG having fun. That was their, all right, we're just going to dive.
We got to give the viewers a show,
Yeah,
you know.
Sumail really wanted the rampage for the fans. That was a for the fans move. 1v5 walking into like a Monkey King in the fountain. Yeah, that was a fan move. That was fan service for sure.
Thanks, Sumail. We're enjoying the show. And Viking are enjoying having a slight chance instead of no chance.
Yes. They have very limited buybacks, though. That is the concern. As the win probability, even despite all that.
In fact, there are no buybacks available in the entire game right now.
Yeah, that is a flattened curve if I've seen one. Okay, so if Viking wipe them once in front of their base, they've won.
All right, it's just going to take one team wipe. Are you ready, Toby? Do you feel it? It's go time. There's the swap to start, the stun to follow, and Toby almost dead. The Lotus Orb keeping him alive. In fact, Boom gets the first kill. The Mortimer's Kiss is coming in. Sumail is strong, of course. They're holding on to the Ravage. They don't have a buyback on this Venge, so it is a 4v4 for the moment. And they just start marching. Sumail trucking down mid, and they're just saying, bypass the Terrorblade. We'll deal with him later. Seb, is he going to get off this Ravage? He does, and it manages to catch the Rubik, so there won't be a stolen Ravage in this fight. Boom also in danger. Boom's down. Sumail chucking damage out, and the GGs finally come through. They'll get out before he can secure that Rampage.
Oh, this game.
OG Dota2.
It's 25-26, but really, guys, this game was not that close. This game was truly not that close.